Thanks everybody for being here. So we're gonna start on our backs in a supported back bend that's a little different. So you're gonna take the blanket and roll it up in a long skinny roll. You see how I have it right there? And it's gonna go right underneath the bottom tips of your shoulder blades, and then your head is gonna go on a block. Okay, so you're gonna lay in a supported back bend. So the roll right at the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. And the block any height, but my suggestion would be pretty low. And you're just gonna feel a little bit of healthy lift in your chest. And if the blanket is too high or too low, it might aggravate your lower back. So you might need to move it around a little bit. And it might feel really sticky at first when you get there, but you're just gonna take your time to wiggle in, palms up, and just really letting the weight of your shoulder blades, the actual bone and muscle, drop towards the floor. Good. Just take your time, settle in. Legs can be in Shavasana, Hi Nelly, or you can have your legs in any other position. Butterfly, constructive rest. You can cross at your ankles if that feels better today, but just a way to open up into your breath space and to support your brain. Just allow yourself time and space to breathe. Starting with your breath that's pretty natural, watching how it functions just as you inhale and as you exhale. No need to try and dive into your deepest breath quite yet. Still pretty early in the day, very early in your practice. So you're just seeing how you feel and how you breathe right when you get onto your mat. If it helps you to close your eyes to scan through your body, to watch your breath, please feel free to let your eyelids fall a little heavier. Otherwise, you can leave your eyes open, but gently gazing just at one spot on the ceiling. And start to notice how your physical eyes feel today. Your jaw, your right shoulder, and your entire right arm. Notice again back to your right shoulder, over to your left shoulder, and the whole rest of your left arm. Then notice both of your arms at the same time. And let your focus go to that spot on your back where the blanket roll is tucked underneath. We're going to stay here for a while, just breathing into that space. In and out. Just a little slower, a little longer. Letting any tight, sticky, or constricted spaces slowly dissolve so you can breathe a little bit easier. Still letting your awareness linger at that spot where the blanket roll is resting underneath your back, your ribs. Knowing that it's perfectly good to allow yourself to feel any sensation of tight, sticky, holding. Maybe an area of the body just feels really crammed this morning. And knowing that time and your breath will help that space soften and open. Now that you've allowed yourself to linger there for a while, try to see how your belly's moving. Is it soft? Is it contracted? Can you feel it moving pretty drastically or pretty subtly as you breathe? Shifting your attention to where your bum muscles, your glutes are on the floor. So you can feel yourself connected to the earth, to the ground that's supporting you underneath. And take your attention to your entire right leg. All the way from your hips to your toes. Come back to notice where your glute muscles touch the ground. Shift your awareness to your entire left leg. Hip bones down to your toenails. See if you can tangibly feel both of your legs at the same time. Notice your entire lower body. And add in the attention of your upper body. Add in the awareness of your breath, a little bit fuller now. Doesn't need to be any quicker. Just filling up a little bit more from your belly to your lungs. Maybe up into the top of your collarbones and your chest. Feeling a bit more brightness, a bit more energy. All the way from your toes to your collarbones. From your collarbones back down to your toes. Right? And it's easy to either live completely below the neck, just in the body and kind of shutting off the mind, or vice versa, living completely up in the head, in the mind, and not down in the body. But it's possible to fully be in your skin and in what's happening in your brain space. So now allow your attention to float up into your physical brain. Maybe there's thoughts. Maybe there's lists happening. Or anything else. To connect your mind to your body and your body to your mind. Find that slow, full breath from the very crown of your head down to the very tips of your toes. And from your tips of the toes back to the crown of your head. No need to make it dramatic, but allow yourself to be completely filled and focused on your breath. On your next inhale, you continue to fill and focus on your breath. Bend your elbows, bring your arms into cactus. You're going to stay in the same shape. You're just bending at your elbows. Feeling that brightness in your chest. If your eyes are closed, slowly open them, allowing the light back in. Notice your surroundings. You can still focus and fill on your breath. Gently bend one knee, find that same foot on the floor. You're going to very slowly lean to the opposite side, just enough to remove the blanket. Then remove the block and be fully on your back on the ground. And you can still keep that one knee bent. No rush in it. You might still feel that residue from where the props were. When you get back onto your spine, your head's on the floor, whichever knee is bent, hug that knee up and out toward your armpit. Firmly flex both feet. Yeah. Inhale, straighten your leg up towards the ceiling. Interlace your fingers behind your hamstring. Maybe take a few breaths here. It doesn't need to be one breath, one move. You want 3 breaths, you want 4 breaths. Do what feels best for you. When you're ready, release your hands, exhale, bend your knee, take it across your body, halfway to a spinal twist. So no need to force your knee to the floor. Just go halfway. And then exhale, roll back onto your spine, same thing. Hug your knee out towards your armpit, awaken your ankles, flexing them. Whenever the right inhale arrives, inhale, straighten your leg, flex your foot. Start to feel the back of your leg open up. And then when you're ready, basket of your hands, release, exhale. Just go halfway into the twist. Heavy into that shoulder. And then do that 2 more times. You're just going to hug, extend, and then go halfway into a twist. Just gently warming up through your spine and your leg. Still on the same leg, so don't switch quite yet. Don't get too ahead of it. Go ahead and go through one more round. And then when you've taken that last round, please never hurry yourself or feel like you need to be with my voice. Take that same leg into a half happy baby and really push forward with that bottom extended, like flexing into your foot. Maybe it feels nice to rock a little side to side. Rock your jaw side to side. Good. So the sole of your foot still on the same leg is up towards the ceiling. Then come back to center. Release your hands, straighten your leg up. Exhale, float your leg all the way down to the floor. Nice and steady. And then pause in a Shavasana. Hands anywhere, can be on your body or by your sides. And see if you can detect even the slightest difference between the first side you just worked with, that leg, and the other side. Let any differences start to dissolve. Exhale, bend the other leg foot flat to the floor. Maybe you need to wiggle around, settle around a little bit. And then the following exhale, hug that knee. So on your second side now, out towards your armpit. Wake up through your ankles, toes pulling up towards the ceiling. Inhale, straighten your leg. Basket of the hands behind your hamstrings. Good, take a couple breaths, as many as you'd like. Notice if your shoulders peel up off the ground, you kind of want to nestle them into the mat. Breathe in. Exhale, release your hands, bend your knee. Just take it halfway across, spinal twist. Just using a little bit of gravity. Not too much. Not overly forcing it. Exhale, return onto your spine. Hug your knee out towards your armpit. Awaken your feet, ankles, toes. Inhale, straighten your leg up. Ooh, notice this hamstring set. How's it feeling? And then when you're ready, exhale, spinal twist halfway across. Gentle on your back. And exhale brings you back fully onto your spine. Hug your knee out towards your armpit. Inhale, lengthen up. And it doesn't need to be the exact next exhale. Whenever you're ready, just breathe out, halfway twist across your body. Yeah. 2 more times on your own. Again, can you do all of this and focus and fill your breath in and out? Because it's the most important thing you need to do right now. You've already set this time aside. So you're just moving and mindfully breathing. Yeah, nice, everybody. So go ahead and finish that round. And then when you're done, half happy baby on that second side. A little rock, a little movement. Not illegal to smile. Maybe you need that this morning. It also may show you how much tension you're holding in your jaw, your tongue, your teeth, your lips, your nose. Good, release your hand. Inhale, straighten that leg up. Exhale, float your leg all the way down. Practice being in Shavasana again. Continue to fill and focus on your breath. Notice the right and the left sides of your body. And do you feel a little bit more balanced now? Bring your arms back out into cactus. Take a couple breaths into the upper lobes of your lungs, so closer towards your collarbones. And again, it doesn't need to be massively dramatic, but just fill up. Good, as you're on your back, exhale, give yourself a hug. Whether that means with your knees or just your arms, do what feels right? And literally think of it as an actual hug to yourself. Move around with it, doesn't need to be a stagnant hug. And then release your arms and legs. Find yourself moving up into tabletop. All fours, take your time. We're not in a hurry. Yeah. Knees together, bird dog, right leg, left arm. And keep your arm and leg a little bit lower than you would normally take it. A little bit lower. Yeah. Now, don't look at the camera. Try to look at the ground. Find a spot to focus on. Arm and leg are a little lower than normal. Good, breathe in. Exhale, bring your left hand down. Take your right knee out to the side like a dog on a fire hydrant. Ooh, hello, hip. Inhale, take your leg behind, point your right big toe and hip down. Keep your leg a little lower than normal. And again, exhale, dog on a fire hydrant. Out to the side with your knee bent. Ooh, one more. Inhale, straighten your leg. Behind. Exhale, knee out to the side. Again, it doesn't need to be high. Your knee does not need to be as high as your hip. Inhale, take it back behind you. Exhale, your right knee down. Left leg, right arm, bird dog. Lower than normal. So your hand is below your shoulder, your foot maybe a little lower than your hip. Your breath is still filling up and emptying out. Yeah, one more breath in. Exhale, take your hand down. Breathe in, establish both hands on the ground. Exhale, left knee out to the side. Knee lower than the hip. Inhale, take it back behind. So you're gonna go exhale out into that little dog on a fire hydrant, and then inhale back behind. Again, not illegal to smile when I say dog on a fire hydrant. It's a funny image. Take it one more time. Knee out to the side. Good. Bring your leg back. Bring your left knee down. Keep your hands on your mat. Right leg back behind. Maybe your foot and knee start to lift in line with your hip. Maybe not. And it's still bird dog. Tuck your left toes under. And just stretch through the sole of your foot. Breathe in. Right toes down. All the way to the floor. And then hover your left shin. So arms are straight. Pick up your left toes and knee off the floor. Hover. Good. 3, 2. Inhale. Exhale, knee down. Lift back up through your right leg. Maybe it stays low. Maybe it starts to go hip height. Maybe not. One more breath in. Exhale. One more dog on a fire hydrant right side. Knee can be hip height or can still stay a little lower. Good. Breath in. Exhale. Bring your right knee to your left knee. Other side. Left leg behind. Hands stay down. Notice if you want to really lift the leg or if you like that lower variation. So your left leg is straight behind. Right toes tucked under. Breathe in. Exhale, left toes down. So you're going to get firm in your left toes to hover your right knee and shin. And your right foot also comes up off the floor. Good idea to breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, gently bring your knee down. Lift one more time, left leg up. Relax through your jaw. Good, breathe in. Exhale, bring your knee down. Flip your hands so your fingers face towards your knees, back of the wrists onto the floor. It doesn't need to be all the way, so you might just start with your fingernails, go to your knuckles, then towards your wrists. So you're just gonna get a little counter stretch. Relax your head and give a little cat rounding back. Yeah, you guys got it. Slow breath. Good, gently come forward, release. Find your first downward dog. So maybe take your hands wider, feet wider, slowly lift. Arms stay straight, knees have a slight bend. Downward dog. Gonna stay here for an entire minute. Nice. And you're gonna continue to fill and focus with your breath. In and out. In and out. Notice if your body tries to prefer one part of the breath, so either the inhale or the exhale. And just notice it first. Please know that you can always go into child's pose at any time. And if you've noticed, oh, I have a preference for the inhale today, or I have a preference for my exhale today, just good to see. And then focus to just bring it a little bit more into an equal space in and out. Nice, 3 more breaths. On your last round, widen your feet, walk your hands back, and start to move into about halfway of your squat. So starting to drop into your hips, feet stay flat to the floor. You don't need to go full force right from the get-go, about halfway, but letting your chest start to lift up. Good, and maybe you have a little rock forward and back. Just a little movement to feel your feet. Good, press from your feet, inhale, reach your arms out, come all the way up to stand. And then exhale, come back down into your squat, just a little bit more than that halfway point. My main concern is that your feet are flat to your mat, so look at your feet. And that your knees are slightly pushed back so they're not caving in on the big toe sides of your feet. Yeah. Slow press from your feet, inhale, rise up. Exhale, go into about 2/3 of your Malasana squat pose. Fill up through your breath. From your toes to your skull. Good, one more time, press from your feet. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, bring it down. Maybe you get more to 3/4 of your squat. Maybe it feels like a safe place to go down into more of your traditional squat pose. Open twist, left fingers down, right arm out and open. Look up towards your right thumb. And see if you can shift weight back towards your heels and your bum. Breathe in. Exhale, right hand down. Slowly left arm reaching up to a diagonal, looking up, feeling your neck. Breathe in. Exhale, hand down. Slowly come into a forward fold. So press a little into your hands, slowly straighten your legs, allowing your feet to stack underneath your hips. So you're in that forward folding position, then release your head. Good. Inhale, come up halfway when you're ready. Exhale, take it back into your fold. Again, inhale halfway when you're ready. Exhale, belly down towards your lap. Do that one more time. Good, slowly reach your arms out and up. Come up to stand. Keep your fingertips over your head, so stay standing. Stay standing. Put your weight onto your left foot. Pick your right knee up. Your thigh can be parallel to the floor. Just find your balance. Breathe in. Exhale. Everything stays the same. Arms come behind you. Interlace your fingers and pull your knuckles down to the floor. So you're still on one leg, holding your own hand. Chest up. Good. Try to keep your eyes in one unmoving space as you step your right foot down and lift your left leg up. Switch the interlace of your fingers and the cross of your thumbs, just to keep it fresh. Nice. Find your balance and your focus. Keep your eyes up for a moment. Breathe in. Exhale, bring your left foot down. Lift your right leg up. And switch your hands so you're holding opposite hand, opposite elbow behind your back. Press your shoulders back so you feel yourself, your chest open up a little more right and left. Breathe in. Exhale, step your right foot down. Pick your left leg up. Good. Still trying to go, hands to elbows, eyes lifted. One more breath in. Exhale, just step your foot down. Keep your chest up and try to press your shoulders back. Right, so notice if you're getting rounded and leaning, try to open up through your chest, just stand nice and tall. Hold all that openness, release your arms, palms facing forward, so you're in mountain. Yeah. Inhale, reach your arms up, let your fingertips touch, and then exhale, take it all the way down, full fold, Uttanasana. Fingers to the floor, knees bent, and let your head hang. Yeah. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Any breath, any time, downward dog. Downward dog, woof woof. Wag your tail, right? When animals are happy, they move, they wag, they wiggle, they shake around. You can too. You can maybe pedal out gently through your legs, staying a couple breaths with one knee more bent than the other. Again, it doesn't always have to be one breath, one movement. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. And then when you come back to the middle, deep bend in your knees, look forward. Step your right foot up to the pinky finger side of your hand. So you're going to widen your stance in this lunge. This is a great place for a block or even two. These are our buddies, the blocks. So a wide lunge. If blocks aren't accessible or not close to you, you can use your fists down by the side. Yeah. Bring your back knee down to the floor. Start to lift your torso more upright. So your shoulders come a little bit more over your hips. They don't have to stack perfectly. Good. And then exhale, lean forward, straighten your back leg. Inhale, bring your back knee down. Shoulders start to work, and you can move your blocks or your hands up over your hips. And then doesn't, again, need to be the next exhale. Just an exhale, lean forward, back knee up. Good, take that 2 more times on your own. Yep, so your right foot is forward. You're working up through your chest. Lifting your back knee, leaning forward, taking any compression off your lower spine. Good, then next time you lean forward and lift your legs, stay in that position. Slight bend in your left knee, take a few steps up, left foot towards the right, and then right leg back, so you're on the second side. A little wider stance, so take your feet to the longer edges of your mat. Blocks or fists or whatever helps you bring the ground higher up. Your back knee down, inhale, lift your torso up. Exhale, lean forward, straighten your back leg. Whenever your next inhale feels like you want to move, back knee taps down, heart lifts up. And then exhale, leaning forward, lifting. Do that 2 to 3 more times, just depending on how quickly or how slowly you're breathing in and out this morning. Yeah. Good. Still breathing. Always, always, always. You're going to end back in that lunging position, left foot forward, back knee lifted, just enough so you can bend the right knee and step, step, step till you get to a forward fold. Everyone put more weight onto the balls of your feet. You might feel your hamstrings wake up a little more. Woo. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your right foot at the top of your mat. Take your left foot back, left knee down, and work your way into a half split position. So walk your hands or blocks back as you shift your hips. Keep your heart and torso pretty high, and breathe. So for some of us, if you need a little bit more for your leg, you might lean forward without collapsing. For others of us, it might be your hips that have to sit farther back. Or you might just be perfect as you are. Right here, breathing into the back of your right leg. Calf, hamstring, all the way up in towards your glute muscles. Point your entire right foot, even curl your toenails down to the mat. Feel your shin happening. I said your shin, not anything else. One more breath in. Exhale, walk your hands or blocks forward, come back into your runner's lunge. Put weight onto your right foot, step your back foot up, 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 and switch it out. Right leg back. Back knee down, Ardha Hanumanasana. Shift back, breathe full and focused. Start with your toes up towards the ceiling. And again, notice, do you need to lean forward with your torso, with your heart still higher? Or do you need to sit your hips back a little heavier? And there's not a right way. Breath in, breath out. Now point your whole foot, curl your toenails down to the floor. Feel the front of your leg line, not just the back. Relax through your jaw. Nice, everybody, flex your foot. Start to walk yourself forward. Lift your right knee up. Step your left foot back to your right. Your hands can still be on the block, so you're in a really high plank. Breathe in. Exhale, work your way from a downward dog, then to a forward fold. If you've got blocks, just be careful. Forward fold. Take your feet wider, so wider than your hips. This is a great space to switch your block out for your pseudo strap, your scarf, your tie, your belt, your washcloth. Into your left hand, so your feet are wider than your mat. And if you want to turn so you can see the screen, or I can see you a little better, either way would be great. So pseudo strap or real yoga strap in your hands between your legs, and you're gonna reach your right arm and find it. So you're basically making a circle around your left thigh. Yep, so you're putting yourself into a bind with the help of your strap, your towel, your tie, your washcloth. Right, don't get too jazzed up and be like, oh, I know where this is going. I'm gonna go there right now. Just breathe right here. Maybe just work your hands a little closer towards one another on your strap and press your right shoulder back. Ooh, a little open twist through your torso. Both feet are still on the ground. Notice if you're leaning completely to your left side, try to be even on your feet. Breathe in. Exhale, release the strap, release your head, and just hang for a moment. Shake your head, yes. Turn side to side, no. And then second side. Strap, scarf, belt, tie, anything between your legs in your right hand. Left arm goes up, and you reach around until you find it. So you're basically making a loop around your right thigh, shifting your weight evenly to your feet. Yeah, you guys got it. Moving your hands a little bit closer together, and then work your left shoulder back. Breathe in, breathe out. If it feels bothersome to look up or to look down, do the opposite. Put weight evenly on your feet. One more breath. Exhale, slowly unwind. Still hold your strap, scarf, belt, whatever you got. Hang in a forward fold. Some of you may have done this with me before, or it's been a long time. Whatever you've got, strap-wise, you're gonna step on with the balls of your feet. If it's somebody's favorite scarf or tie though, just don't rip it. So balls of your feet. In a forward fold, you're gonna start by pulling up on the outer edges. And as you pull up, you just really get firm in your feet and just press down. Like you're like, I'm not gonna budge. Lean completely forward, head relaxed. So you're pulling up on the outer edges and pushing through your feet, even if your legs shake a little bit. And then exhale, release all that. Now, take your hands to the inside portion, wherever your strap, belt, scarf is. You're gonna pull up on the inner edge and push down through the outer edge of your feet. Again, my legs immediately start shaking. So you're pulling up on the part between your big toes and pushing down through your feet still. Don't look at the screen. Relax your head. There you go. And then release. Woo. Good. Notice how your legs felt after that. Unstep, right? Just release the strap or the scarf underneath you. You guys are gonna stay standing. I'm just coming down so you can see. Inhale, you're gonna come all the way up to stand with your scarf overhead, or I'm saying scarf because that's what I have in my hands. So you're gonna bring your arms up. You're standing, I'm sitting. Exhale, take your arms behind you, open up through your chest. Inhale, up and over. Exhale up towards the ceiling, or maybe inhale feels better, and maybe it feels better for you to bend your arms. So I just want you to go up and then scarf or belt in front of you, up and back behind. Doesn't need to be all the way. So you're just gonna move up and down. Yeah. Up and down, maybe a little bend in your elbows. Feel your pecs open up. Relax your jaw. Yeah, just going to a healthy range of motion for you. Try to keep your ribs in and your shoulders right above your hips. And then next time, hold it up overhead. Bring your big toes together and lift your right knee up. So you're balancing on your left foot. Yeah. Keep your upper body the same. Go into tree pose with your lifted leg. So right tree pose anywhere but your knee. You guys have heard that 8 million times. Good, exhale, bend your elbows a little. Take that pseudo or real yoga strap behind you a bit. Still in tree pose. Good. Take your arms back up, fingertips towards the ceiling, fingernails towards the ceiling. Release your right leg. Right foot down to the floor. You're still up with your arms. Inhale, lift your left knee. Yep. Establish your gaze, your drishti, your focus. Vrikshasana, tree pose. Lower leg, upper leg, half lotus, any variation you'd like. And then a slight lean back with your arms. Slight, slight, slight. Whoo, effort. You're like, oh, it's Friday, come on. But yeah, we gotta wake it up a little bit. Balance, open up through the chest. One more breath in. Exhale, bring your arms up. Slowly release your leg. Bring your arms all the way down. Woo, shake it out a little bit. Stay standing. And again, feel free to turn towards the camera just because it's a little easier for me to see you, and come into a wide-legged stance. Keep this with you. It's your buddy. If it's a scarf, you could actually wear it or just put it around you. Come into a warrior two position. Left leg. Let's go actually right leg. Right leg out to the side. Don't worry about your arms. Give them a break. Give them a break. Inhale, straighten your right leg, turn, and then go to your other side. So you're just gonna establish your legs and your hips. Arms are fully relaxed. And just do that a few times side to side. Right and left. Pivoting your feet. Filling up through your breath. Returning to your right toes turned out. Right knee pointing forward. Take your yoga strap and you're gonna find that bind with your left arm down, your right arm down. So you're gonna find that bind. You can ditch the strap if you'd like. Notice if you get really rounded and leaning towards the ground, try to press yourself out and open a little bit with your top shoulder. Good. Give yourselves a couple breaths here. Are you breathing? Maybe your hands move a little closer together on the strap, the scarf, or the belt. Yep. Make sure your right toes are turned all the way out and forward. So they're not turned in or turned out, they're just straight ahead. Side angle. Good, one more breath in and out. And then release on an inhale. You can come up, you can go forward, and then work your way to the other side. Start with that warrior two position in your lower body, same spot as side angle, it's the same lower body. And then you're gonna work the bind on the other side. Yeah, I like it. We got straps, we got blankets, we got scarves. And then now working your other shoulder and just gently pressing it back. Notice if you're really leaning, pardon my French, ass backwards. Right? If you feel like you're really pushing back and you're going to fall on your behind, trying to find a more equal stance through your feet. So your front knee is still bent, toes pointing straight ahead. Yep, give it 2 more breaths. Try to press that top shoulder back. I know it's a lot. This is a big pose we're working towards. And then release on an inhale. Slowly come up, keep that strap, scarf, belt, imaginary in your hands. And then just wiggle out your hips a little bit. So some of you probably know where we're going next. So we've opened our shoulders, done a little bit of open hip work, a little bit of balance. So we're gonna move towards Bird of Paradise. And it's a little different for everyone how you wanna get into it. Some of you might wanna go back to the same spot, look down at the floor, you bring your back foot up, and then the foot you just stepped up is the one you balance on as you keep your leg lifted, right? So that's one way to do it, from where we just were in side angle. The other way is from kind of that forward fold squat position. So it basically takes out the step, right? So I'm wrapping around in that half bind. It takes out stepping from side angle into that position and you lift up. Now you're like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. As long as you don't have the dirtiest feet on planet Earth, which that's fine if you do, you can also ditch the strap, the scarf, find a wall, bring your foot up as high or as low as you want to, and you're in it. You could also reach around with your strap, without it, and it kind of takes out the guesswork of balancing when you use the wall or anything else that'll prop your foot up. So I'm going to give you about 5 minutes. So it's a good, right, you can do like 1 minute on one side, then go to the other side. So you want to try to do it at least 2 times on each side. My suggestion is to go right, then left, and then repeat right, then left. Bird of Paradise. I like the smiles. Some of you are like, oh yeah, I love this pose. Cough, cough. Not. Yeah, maybe try to use the wall. I like that. Bonnie's using like that edge of the windowsill. You could use stair railing. And notice if you feel really wobbly when you come up, it's because you're shifting your gaze from the floor to the ceiling or to the wall. So you might have to slowly lift up instead of all in one big bite. Oh, that was a good shake off, Sheena. I like that. Just like, whew, yeah. Oh, what a fun one. And it literally is named this way because it looks like the flower bird of paradise. It has like all those spiky little hairs on the top. Still got plenty of time. I will say though, this is my new favorite variation, is doing it with the wall, because you don't have to balance as much, right? My bottom foot is still completely on the floor and you can go right here. It doesn't have to be crazy high. And then you have a little bit more accessibility to wrap your arms down and around. And maybe you try it different ways on different sides. Yeah, there you go, Larry. You guys are like, oh, she can see me, I forgot. Oh, I can see you. Nice, yep. Using the windowsill, Mom, good job. All right, you still got some time. if you're done with it, feel free to take this last minute or so to do whatever you need. We'll meet in either downward dog or child's pose, but you got plenty of time. Make sure you do it pretty equally side to side, so you don't feel like a bird or a bat out of hell instead of a bird of paradise. You guys know I love the corny jokes. I love it. Yeah. Ooh, Lisa, I like that. You're using that little half wall. That's good. Awesome, everyone. Downward dog, child's pose, any other place in between or that feels better for you. Couple breaths. And bringing your knees down to the floor. Coming back to sit on your heels, and you're gonna find your variation of hero's pose. So some of us may want a block or 2 blocks to sit back, so you can sit upright. You can sit in a little bit different variation. And again, just be kind to your knees, so you can sit straight back on your heels. You can also sit with your knees wide, back on your heels with your big toes touching together. And then you are just gonna go a little bit back. So hands on the ground, tops of the feet, shins stay on the ground. Just to open up, right? We always need that front body opening with all the computer stuff we're all doing all the time. As long as your shins stay on the ground, you can lift, right? If you're, hi London, you can lift up a little bit. If you're on the blocks, just be careful. Yeah, so just a little bit of quad, hip flexor, chest opening. Hero's pose. Take a couple more rounds of breath to fill and to focus. Breathe in. Exhale, begin to let your hips descend down. Sit upright and comfortable. Again, that might mean a prop if you didn't have one already. Closing your eyes. And just feeling what you feel. Body-wise, brain space, and that silver lining between the two, your breath. Still finding that focus and fill of your inhale and exhale. And maybe on this particular Friday, you decide to stay in this seat for the last couple minutes of class. Right? It's perfectly wonderful to end in a meditative seat. Or you can move from this space, work your way onto your back. We all live in different bodies that have and do experience very different things. So if you work your way onto your back, maybe you'd want to take another movement, stretch, or posture, please do before you find a final place to settle. Again, knowing that final place to settle should be unique to you, your physical and mental as well as emotional needs. And then you can allow the breath just be in its natural rhythm in and out. It's kind of like just taking it a little bit blurrier and out of focus. Still feeling in and out breath, but letting go of some control. Still detecting the slight filling and emptying. Giving yourself full permission to rest here or to sit quietly. Just be in your body, be in your mind, be in your breath as it naturally flows in and out. If you're resting on your back, start to gently find some movements. Maybe hug your knees in, roll to your right side, all meeting in an easy, centered, seated position. Lifted in your spine. Hopefully feeling a bit more connected. Again, we're not just living collarbones and below or collarbones and above. Fully embodying your physical form, your brain space, and your breath. And then before moving into the rest of your Friday, just like you to bring about mentally a bright spot. Something that mentally lifts you up. Someone maybe that comes to your mind. Something you're looking forward to today or something you're very grateful for. Knowing that you can come back to that bright spot mentally at any point, not just today, but any day, Helps you shift your focus. Even though when there's a lot going on, every single one of us can still find that bright spot every day. Take 3 final breaths together, in through your nose and sigh it out. Easy in, fully out. Take one more. Thank you all for being here this morning. And a special thanks to each one of you on the screen. You've all been bright spots for me and my mom and my family in these past couple months. And that we're just very grateful for all your thoughts and prayers as my dad gets to go home today. So, namaste. Thanks, everybody. Hope you guys have an awesome Friday. London, say hi.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good to see you, Nellie.
Oh, wait, hang on.
Oh, dogs and cats everywhere.
Thanks, Amy Jane.
You're welcome. Bye, Bonnie.
Bye.
Hope everyone has a great weekend.
Thanks. Thanks, Amy Jane.
Bye, Sally.
Bye.
Thanks, Amy.
Good. Glad you made it, Lisa. Woo!
Bye.